Hello, my name is Hedley Rees and welcome to this fourth video in the series of 10 titled 10 Things You Didn't Know About Big Pharma. In the previous videos I've spoken about how medicines development program has actually gone backwards over the last 40 or 50 years, basically because patented molecules has taken precedence over actually servicing patients. And we came to the conclusion that actually developing medicine should be no different to an aero engine, a silicon chip, a plane or a car. Two basic steps, processes, or two basic steps in the system, which is prototyping. So using safe means of proving an idea without actually risking people's lives or risking failure, but then proving ideas and taking the good ideas that you prove could work into commercial supply, and preparing for full-scale commercial launch of the product. So that's common in other sectors, and I would say that 40, 50 years ago, even more than that, that was the way it used to work. Sadly, these days it hasn't worked that way. So in the last video I promised that we would talk about a new way of developing drugs, and I'm going to touch on that today, because if you assume that medicines are like any other product, then you would actually approach the development task by consulting with the people who use the end product, which would be healthcare professionals and patient groups with deep experience of the disease area, the indication, call it what you will, and then work closely with them as you develop the product, safety profile, its efficacy profile, and eventually come up with a product through safe prototyping that the stakeholders involved would be happy to take into commercial supply. And those stakeholders would not just be some scientists at the start, but it would be the preclinical, the clinical people, the supply chain people, the patient representatives. It would be a whole range of stakeholders working together with a mindset that this is going to be a successful program. Not that this could be a project that would fail, so we'll do it in slow stages and we won't invest too much time at the start. We'll wait until we know if we've got a chance of succeeding. So I've just touched on that because this is quite difficult to explain sort of in a few words. I've written this up in Taming the Big Pharma Monster by speaking truth to power, which some of you will have heard of or seen or read. And I've also worked with some fantastic people, patients, charities, healthcare professionals in legal, regulatory, etc. We call ourselves Friends of Medicine's Modernisation. We've written a white paper for UK government, which is complete and which is set to go to government at a point where it makes sense in terms of the parliamentary procedures. So what we are trying to do is initially make people aware there is a better way to develop medicines, and then encourage people to think outside the box, to encourage people to think, well, no, it's not right that 80-90% of products in trials fail. Billions of dollars go down the drain, and we have less and less drugs coming to market every year or every 5 years or 10 years or whatever. So I'm hoping for the next video I can talk more about the bringing modernised approaches into this, the Toyota production system, the way modern production systems can actually facilitate high quality, effective products to market. So if you can make it, I'll see you there. Thanks, bye.